Hi, fellow traders. What's happening? Well, Super Tuesday here, and I had to hit the reset button. Just one of those days, these days that we just can't avoid. We wish that we never have to experience them, but it's part of trading. There's nothing you can do about it other than understand that we have to be comfortable with the uncertainty in the market. Doesn't matter how good the setup looks, it doesn't have to work. And we can spend hours trying to figure out why, but it's a waste of time. Okay, I don't care. You could go by this uh, indicator, that indicator. You can find this news report. You can find this happening in the market. And I can honestly say I'm a violator of it too sometimes. Sometimes I get frustrated and I'm just trying to figure out why. I want to know why. As humans, we just have this need to connect some reason as to whether we win or lose. If we won, why did we win? How did we win? Because we want to do it again the next time. Or if we lost, why did we lose? So we could correct and fix things. In trading, it's just a little bit different. Yeah, we have to reflect, but there's a specific way that you need to do it so that you don't let this stuff overtake you. Because what happens is eventually you're going to start defining the risk out of your trade and you'll never take trades. Because every time you look somewhere, there's going to be a red flag that something that you feel is a red flag that will keep you out of trades. And for me, being the type person I am, it was a real struggle trying to overcome that and find the right balance. And that's what I try to teach you guys, the right balance. And it's not about the best indicator or whatever. The best indicator is your eyes or are your eyes. That's the best indicator. That's going to tell you everything you need to know. Reading the candlesticks and the volume bars. That's where we start. That's the fundamental. That's the foundation. When I'm teaching classes, it's all about learning how to read the candlesticks, understanding what they mean in relation to the volume coming in, what each candlestick is telling you. When you put them all together, this is what they're telling you. Yeah, we can use indicators and stuff as our guide. That's all it is. It's just a piece of evidence to help us determine whether what we're seeing may be accurate or not. But another piece to help sustain what we're seeing, but it doesn't have to be there. We've been in trades over and over again where we don't know why it turned around. We don't know why everybody just stopped buying at this area. There's nothing around it. We can't figure out what it is. It's unless you're sitting next to the people that triggered it, you'll never know. And it's not the market makers. It's the traders. It's the people who have the ability, the money, the clout to move the market wherever they want to so they could either get fills or dump some shares. It's you just don't know unless you're there with them. But for me, having to hit the reset button, and we'll look at the two trades here in a second. And I had two trades that went south at the same time. And both were pretty good setups. And I wasn't prepared for it. Mentally, I was not prepared. And here's what I had. I had the expectation that both trades were going to work. That was my expectation. And you cannot do that. Whenever you do, you set yourself up for exactly what happened to me today. And it took me most of the day to get over it. And a little jar of that moonshine that we bought in Gatlinburg this weekend. So, we bought 6 jars. One of them's gone already. Didn't even make it the week. But I'm revved up and ready to go. Not trading tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday. We'll be off all day tomorrow. But I'll be ready. We got Thursday and Friday. We're off Monday. Just try to right the ship. Make sure my head is screwed on straight and just keep going. That's all it is to it. And I wanted to share this with you. This is a message one of the members typed in. Actually, while I was putting this presentation together, this came up in the chat room. And it's talking about exactly what I try to teach every day. That, if your mind state and emotions are not right, then don't trade. Take a step back. You got to get your head screwed on straight. He said he's seen me lose thousands of dollars over the last couple of years, but I've always seen him consistently profitable. And that's the goal, to be consistently profitable. And I know I get this, and after today, I'll probably get more emails about this. It's like I preach consistency, so how can I say I'm consistent when I have red days and green days? And that's the market. Being consistent means consistently profitable, where you make money at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year. You're consistently making money. You're going to have losing trades. You're going to have red days. I don't care who you are. It's going to happen. I don't care how smart you are. Your mind is not going to fix you or stop you from having losing trades. It's not. Because there are other elements involved that you just can't control. You just have to react to it and try to understand when you feel these, so that these feelings and emotions, so that when they surface, you deal with them before they deal with you. And that's basically what it boils down to. So I am profitable. He said a real professional will be profitable on a good week or bad week. That's what I show you guys in real time. That's why I feel it's important for you to see every trade. Not me calling out stuff and just happen to show you the ones that I win on. That does you no good. Absolutely no good. It's not realistic. So seeing it happen real time, experiencing my meltdowns every now and then, and they may not be professional, but nobody's going to react perfectly to anything. So you got to know how to deal with it. And walking away, taking a time out, hitting the reset button, that's what we got to do. All right, so let me show you what we did today. Day trade, CRWD. I thought this was going to be a super trade. We had a big window down. This was on an upgrade. Typically, and here again, here's where I kind of was making a mistake, because most of these do sell off. They run up, they reach a plateau pre-market, pretty much what we saw here. Sorry about that. Pretty much what we saw here. We reached a plateau, bounced twice, and then we started selling off. Perfect, just what I wanted to see. Right under this level here. Pre-market low, bam, bam. And got short right there. Now, yeah, I would have taken some profit here if it would have got hung up, which I thought it might. But I had enough room with 500 shares to make a decent lick on this. Didn't work. We were coming down. I was feeling good. And then all of a sudden, reversed on me. Now, eventually, it made the move. Later on in the day, it made the move. But earlier, it broke this, pushed back through the high, but then we couldn't get back through it again. Yeah, if I had stayed engaged, I probably would have gotten back in this. You guys know how I trade. I don't really, if I'm still engaged, I'm going to be focused, patient, wait for the setup, and nail it. So you guys know my MO by now. So that was CRWD. Took a nice hit, almost $500. I gave it a point because I felt I had 2-point potential. So I was ready to risk a point to make 2 points plus. Just didn't work out. And again, I don't really have a problem with this because most of the time I can re-engage. But today was a mess. And here's what happened. HES, this was on earnings. We had gapped up into this gap on the daily chart. When I see this, I start licking my chops because for a swing trade, because I'm going to look for this on good earnings, good report. I'm going to look for this to close the gap. So I'm like, man, we can probably get 5 to 10 points out of this before the end of the week. That's my thinking. So, and this is like an earnings swing. This is kind of one of the strategies that I'm going to teach you in the swing class. One of the newer strategies. This is more fundamental, but I get in it because we opened the deal was the trigger was we opened above the 200 and all of this support, which shouldn't, resistance, which should be support, and we're above the bottom of the gap. So I'm good. And it opens, and damn if it doesn't fail immediately. And look at the sell-off this candle had. You just don't see this. This is not common. But it happened. And so I got blown up within the first 30 minutes on both trades. And, really, I started to feel like it was personal. And this is in 2 different brokers. So I'm starting to feel like this is personal. I feel like the market is out to get me, trying to get some of his money back from me. I mean, you can't imagine the crazy stuff that goes through your mind when you start to try to justify what's happening and know that at that point I hadn't accepted the risk. All of a sudden, the risk that I accepted when I took the trade, that was no longer valid. Now I didn't accept the risk, and now I'm upset. I'm mad because I want to know why. And if I stayed engaged, if I stayed locked in, I would have revenge traded, and I probably would have lost even more money. So I had to step away. And that's the difference between a beginner trader, a new trader, and a professional trader. Seasoned, experienced, professional trader. They know when to walk away. And I'm trying to be the example that you guys need in order to see exactly what it takes to be successful. Okay, so and I don't know how to do it other than to actually just be me. And that's what you get. So this is what really this on top of the other trade is what broke me today. But I'm good now. Like I said, some good old Tennessee moonshine and a little nap does wonders for you. All right, so UPS, this is the one that I talked about yesterday where we kind of accidentally got in 100 shares early. Had I not been so damn greedy and stuck to the plan I had on UPS by if this opens higher than the close yesterday, I'm going to get in according to my swing trade strategy. That's the entry. I was going to add back being full size. And I've been good to go. But no, I see this huge window of opportunity here that I think I can make a bunch of money in a couple of days. And it just totally negates the solid trade plan that I had that would have worked. Let me put that in context. This trade plan worked, but I didn't do it. I abandoned it for a greedier trade plan, which I got blown up on. So nobody to blame but myself. Nobody to blame but myself. So the one thing that I'm looking at on this, of course, I was hoping that we would close above the gap, the bottom of this gap, because here's the gap that I was trading here in UPS. So I was hoping we would close above that gap today. But you can see we went over it twice, but couldn't hold over it. So, looking at the 5-minute chart, it kind of broke down a little bit going into the close. So, again, I'll have my eye open on this tomorrow. Even though I'm not going to be actively trading, you don't have to if you're managing swing trades. That's the beautiful thing about swing trades. You can manage it on the run. So, I'll be on the road. I can manage this on my phone, set my stop, which is going to be at 103, which is just under the red to green line from today. Put it at 103, which will be a profit stop. So if anything, if this stops me out, I'll make $1 on it, $100 for 2 days of aggravation. Doesn't seem fair, but I'd rather have that than nothing or red. So stop will be 103, and I'm looking for 108 for a target here. So that's that. That was my day. So I'm going to shut it down here. Got some things to do. But the room will be up. The room will be up. Scanners will be going. I'll be checking in with you guys. I'll be logging in just to see what's going on here and there on my phone and chat. So I'll be checking on you guys, but gonna enjoy my birthday day off, ride down to the coast. The weather looks like it won't be good enough for me to get out on the water, but hopefully I can. If not, I'll sit on the edge and just breathe in some of that saltwater air. So you guys have a great night, a great evening, and I will catch you guys not tomorrow, but Thursday.